You know, I can almost hear someone saying, "Oh, I'm vegan. This is disgusting. This is bullshit. What are you even talking about? I'm vegan. You can't do it." Well, guess what? I just fucking did. Anything seems disgusting to you, vegans out there. Someone's like, "Oh well, why are you targeting vegans?" I'm not targeting anybody. I'm making a fucking video. Shut up and watch the fucking video. In matter of fact, I bet you probably call yourself a vegan now because you haven't looked in the mirror and looked at how fucking disgusting you probably look. You probably haven't gotten sick of realizing that you have zero fucking strength, zero muscle mass, lost muscle mass, ain't made no fucking gains, literally have not made any positive change in your functionality of your fucking body and in the composition and aesthetic of your fucking body since you started being vegan. Like, you probably have what's the word? You probably have degraded, motherfucker. Talking about, I'm vegan. Yeah, you're vegan. You're fucking dying. You probably look like a fucking flower that's like 3 years old off to the side in a closet somewhere. Looking like you probably look like you're on your fucking deathbed at this point. Maybe. That's only for the extreme motherfuckers. The extreme motherfuckers probably would never even watch this video. It would never reach you. You would never see this video. Because I'm a nobody. So, you wouldn't be watching this shit anyway. So, even meat people and carnivores wouldn't watch this shit. But, for those that are watching this, I'm just about to put you people who are on the fence, who are like in between, or whatever. I'm about to put you on to some meat game. No homo. I'm about to put you on to some flesh game. To some fleshy stuff. Some fleshy things that, you know, are out there. Just saying. So, you know, sometimes I do these, like, I call them DINNERPHILE videos now. Jokingly. You know, like, zoophile. Not like a lot of other files that are out there, because Jesus Christ, you know, I'm not gonna. If you go there, it's just gonna be a nasty. We're not doing that, and we're not going there. But you know, even making a zoophile joke is a little. That's a little low. That's a little lowbrow. That's a little out there. But you know, I make these DINNERPHILE videos, and what it is sometimes is just me showing certain things that I'll eat. Sometimes I eat these things for specific reasons. Sometimes I cook and eat these things out of necessity. You know, because the stuff is just there, and there's always logic and reason to it, but I just figure I would show you some things that I do. You know. And so basically, first to start off is seasonings were implemented in this. Okay? I mean, I guess I could go through the way it was done, like, I guess I'll go through the rough way it was, roughly how this was done. I didn't get to really I thought I was video recording some of it, but I really wasn't. I thought it was. So, first off, this is basically, you know, you're cooking fish and beef in the same crock pot at the same time. Now, someone could say, I don't know, this be like, you can't do that. I don't know, can you or can you not? Like, is that some type of taboo or some type of cross-contaminate? Like, I don't give a fuck, honestly, at the end of the day. So, I don't really give a fuck anyway. Okay? I don't really care anyway, so If you're gonna warn me about something, I don't really give a fuck. I don't need to hear it. But anyway, so what you're doing is, with this whole thing is, you're cutting up your onions, right? You're throwing your onions first in the pot. The onions are the first thing making contact with the crock pot. Then, you're not using water. You're opening a can of pears, but you are just using the juice from the pears, which should have water in it, a significant amount of water, I'd imagine. And you are using that as your water. So you are getting the flavor of the pear. Okay, the consistency is a little different too. You know, that's at the bottom, but that's on your onions. Now, that point, that's pretty much what the bottom of the pot, its base is, right? Now, your beef is going to be not drenched in water, but your beef is going to be not completely thawed, so there's still some water stored in it. When you cut this beef into cubes, or not, I didn't cut mine in fully cubes, but I cut it deep in, down and across, you know, up and down and across. So it would kind of fall apart almost, but not completely, because I still want to be able to pick it up almost in one shot, or pick it up in 3 shots or whatever, you know. So that's the thing. Okay, that's part of it. Then you lay the beef on top of the onions, right? You just let it sit there. You let it sit there because you need it to be in a place so it's not on your plate, okay? Then you're going to cut your oranges, right? You're going to take these oranges. These are fruits, not vegetables. The onions are vegetables, but the oranges aren't. You're going to cut the oranges, right? You can't really cut them too small, because then you're going to start, juice is going to start fucking going everywhere. You know, they're going to be harder to handle. You want to cut them only in a few slices, maybe even 4 at most. Because in oranges, I don't prefer a lot of oranges. Some, though. And then what you're going to do is you're going to take those oranges and you're going to throw them on top of that beef that's in there. Okay. Then, at this point, what you're going to do is you're going to take your marinades, whatever marinades and sauces those are, you're going to pour them on top of that beef. Some of it's going to sink into the bottom. It's going to hit the onions. It's going to mix with the pear juice. Okay? And then, once you do that, right, mix it around a little. Get the onions now on top of the beef. So they're sitting on top of the beef. Now the beef is in the bottom of all the juices. Right? It doesn't have to be done this way. This is just highlight. I like to do things in layers because I just kind of like to see. I just kind of like to see the effect. That's all. So that's how I do this. Right? So now that you have your beef sitting there and it's got onions on top of it, and it's got all types of sauce and juices on it. The color looks a little bit different now. It looks slimy almost. It just looks weird, but it looks good at the same time. You smell it. You see how your brain takes in possibilities of how the tastes may be, by the smell. And you may even want to taste it a little bit, but you don't have to, because there's raw meat and there's blood in there, so you don't have to do that. I don't care about doing that, but you don't have to do that. But, that is what it is. Then, I would say, you put the fish on, or I don't know what to call them, fillets, whatever. You put the fish on top of the beef. Then, you take your green spices, and you put that, I wouldn't say heavy, but you put a significant amount on top of that fish, right? Then you take your final sauce, right? Whatever sauce that is, and you put that on top of the fish, kind of like sealing it, right, in there. And then you don't even really need to mix it around. Now, you could mix it the fish on top, a little bit of its sauces, just a little if you want, but you don't really have to. And then you put the top on the thing, and then you start the process. Now, you could cook it on low for a little bit, and then you could finish the rest on high. You could put it on high to start to get it heated a little, and then turn it to low and ride it out for a long time on low. It doesn't really matter, right? Because at that point, it's gonna get done, and when it's done, you fucking eat it. Now the thing is this: sometimes, depending on how these juices and sauces taste and come out, I will save some. I will freeze it or put it in the fridge. When I make my rice in my rice cooker, I will use some of this juice or dripping sometimes to flavor that rice, so the meat and the juices and stuff and greases that have been soaking together and absorbing things while they were cooking first have a certain flavor that leaches into that rice and makes the rice taste really good sometimes. So depending on what type of flavor it is, it really depends. It's kind of a trial and error thing. But so that's how that's done. But now let me really get to the point, because I just said that to give you an idea of the process of cooking this meat that some of you people out here are just so, I don't want to cook meat. I don't like meat. Like, first off, like, what's wrong if you don't like meat? What the hell's wrong with you? Like, what the fuck's wrong with you? Like, I'm sorry, but like, are you even human at that point? Are you even human? Like, what's wrong with you, man? Jesus. But anyway, after you have cooked the meat, alright, I gave you the process just to give you an idea. Obviously, this is not a thing. This is no scientific thing. This is not a real recipe. This is just something I do sometimes with certain items that I have or acquire. The thing is this, in this rant, I'm talking about, like, you know, some of you people out here are like, oh, I don't want to eat my meat. I don't want to eat meat. It's like, well, have you ever tried? I hate saying that because people usually say that with the most disgusting things. Like, it's always something disgusting that no one wants to do. Well, have you tried, right? You know, that's like, when someone says that, usually it's horseshit. Usually it's a load of shit. It's like, no one wants to try that motherfucker. Like, usually that's people talking about, like, two things. Usually you're talking about some gay shit, or you're talking about, like, fucking ugly bitches or some shit. Like, have you tried? Come on, man. You don't try that because you already know there's nothing there. You know there's no good outcome. You know there's nothing you want there. So that's not something. Those aren't things you just try. Okay, that's some shit that, like, either you were born for that type of shit or not. There's no, you don't try that type of shit. But this shit, what I'm talking about, is something that not only do you need to try to eat meat, but you need to fucking eat meat if you want any type of strength, you want any type of longevity, real longevity. I'm not talking about this bullshit about this whole, oh, you know, I eat my greens, and I eat this, and I eat that, and blah, blah, blah. You know, I really laugh, because, like, some of these people that claim these things, like, they're like, oh, you know, I eat this, and I have energy, and I have this, and I'm like, really? Now, I've seen some starved vegans, literally starved. Like, it's hilarious, because I feel like I could tip them my pinky. I look at them like, even me being a skinny, muscular person, I would fucking rip them around like they were a damn ragdoll. Those type of people. It's like, what is wrong with you? Like, you are a fucking ragdoll. You are a wet towel, my friend. Male or female, like, you are a wet noodle at that point. You need to, matter of fact, you need to go to the hospital, my friend. You need to go to the hospital, and you need to be nourished. You need extra care, and your ass needs to be nourished back to health. Walking around talking about you ate a whole pound of bananas or some crazy shit. You ate 16 bananas or 17 pears or something. and you look like a fucking dying skeleton. Like, you look like you're dying. Like, it's like, bro, at that point, no, just no, just cut the shit, stop the bullshit. You know you don't have no energy, you know you don't have no strength when you're fucking around like that. Now, some people out here are vegan, and the truth of the matter is they're vegan but they still get certain things into their diet and they get a better quality. Like, for instance, some people are vegan, but they get more carbs in their diet, like different types of carbs, and they also store their fat a different way. Some people just have stronger bodies, is what I'm trying to say. Some people literally can store fat, and they can simultaneously store fat. And the way that they build muscle, like let's say they work out sometimes, they don't have to work out heavy, but they do work out sometimes, and they store a lot of fat, right? But they just naturally have a, how do I say this? They have like a tougher, bulkier, it's like they just, their body metabolizes things different. And when they build muscle, you could give them shitty tools to build muscle, and they somehow build strength and muscle better than another person. Now, those type of people have it a little easier, and they have more leeway. Some of you people out here, though, you fuck around with these crazy diets, and you're like talking about, oh, I want to, you know, I'm trying to eat like 20 pears, and then you're fooling yourself. You're saying shit like, oh, there's protein in these pears. Like, oh, there ain't no protein in that fucking pear, you lying motherfucker. There's about as much protein in that pear as there is in the end of my fucking nut is in that fucking pear. Get out, there's no protein in that fucking pear. Like, shut up and stop lying. You know damn well that you're full of shit. You should know that you are actually full of shit. You're probably struggling to hold in liquid poop that is about to eject itself from your bowels because your diet is nothing but rabbit food and fucking roughage, and all you're doing is repetitively cleaning your fucking colon all day, 24/7 with your diet, man. Is that harsh? Or someone's like, that's real harsh, man. That's harsh. That sounds harsh. You just said a lot of hurtful things. Is it really, though? Is it really harsh? Is that really hurtful? Or is it just the truth? Because I know it's the truth. It's not even a secret. This is not a secret. You're like, oh, he knows. Yeah, I know, motherfucker. I know a lot of things. Just saying. So, it's the truth. It's not hurtful. So, I hope you're getting the point, right? Some would say, well, you're insane. You really ate all that meat in one sitting? Yes, I did. Of course, in one sitting. Yes, I did. Because, see, the thing is, I don't eat that much meat every day. Some days I eat less, some days I eat more. I'm one of those eaters to where I eat depending on how my body feels, and I try to get a certain amount of everything in one day, every day. But I know sometimes there are periods to where, even for sometimes good reason, I'll lay off certain things. And then there does come a time where I feel like, I really need a lot of, let's say it's carbs or vegetables even, like I really need a lot of vegetables today, or I really think I need a lot of protein. Today was a protein day, so I figure I might as well just videotape this, because it looks crazy. It sounds crazy to see a person eat that much just literal meat in one sitting like that. But I had to just video it because I'm thinking, somebody, people say, oh, I don't want to eat. And I'm trying to let you know that, look, man, you have no clue what reality is. Like, you really just don't know. Because I'm telling you, once you actually realize how strong you're actually getting, you will eat that meat. Not only will you eat that meat, no homo. You will eat that meat, but you will like eating that meat, and you will find ways to prepare it because I'm not gonna lie. My crock pot meal today was fucking delicious. I'm not even gonna lie, man. The flavors were just all in there. It's like the fruit flavors were mixing with the meat, the spiciness, the fucking spiciness and the flavors were soaked into the fruit. It was literally like, they were going back and forth, and it was like a fucking orgy of flavors in that fucking crock pot, man. Like, that's the only way I can describe it. That's exactly what it was. That's exactly what it was, man. And you know what I had for dessert pretty much? I mean, I call it dessert because even though I ate all of that shit in one sitting, somehow I still had a little room. I had 2 apples, man. There goes your vegan shit for you, your fruitarian shit. just figure I'll throw it in there for you because I know you'll ask for it because you're like, what about your fruit? What about your vegetables? Motherfucker, onions are vegetables. The oranges were the fruit. The pear juice was fruit, and 2 apples. And fish and beef. If you don't know about meat, the fish is the white shit and the brown shit is the beef. The beef was even better. The fish was good, but the beef was fucking delicious. Like, literally when I was sitting in my bed and it started to like really get to a point, like a cooking point, and there was heat, if you could smell what I was smelling out of there, like, there were some very southern seasonings and marinade type of stuff in there, and there was some very Asian stuff in there, and the way that shit was coming out, if you could smell what I was smelling, like if you could see what I was smelling, or whatever, however you want to put it, a literal bear, a starved bear, would have climbed. I don't know how he would have, but he would have climbed the side of my building. He would have ripped the window off, and he would have came in here, and I would have let him have all that food, because it's not worth my life. But I'm just saying, if you could have smelled what I was smelling, you know, just saying, get a picture in your head, get a like picture. Those of you who's like, I don't like meat, I don't like meat, I don't eat meat. Well, I don't know, man. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. If you can find it, I guess you could try to find a substitute. I guess I don't know. I don't know if that's a realistic thing. I don't know, man. Sometimes on these dinner rants, I talk about fitness because diet has to do a lot to do with your fitness and your strength and your longevity, your energy levels, how you perform, everything. You know what I mean? Like, so all I always try to stress to people is this whole, like, I don't want to eat meat, I want to find a substitute, I'd rather eat soy, I'd rather eat this. I'm telling you, it's all a load of horse shit. I'm trying to tell you, I'm trying to put it out there. I'm trying to save you from pain and suffering, really. I'm trying to save you from, like, literal pain and suffering. I'm gonna put this in 2 parts. Hold on. So, sometimes you hear horror stories. You hear like diarrhea, weight loss of sex drive, tooth loss. Literally, I seen this one vegan video, one starved vegan compilation, and I see this crazy looking dude, because at a certain point, vegans start to look crazy. Hardcore vegans and fruitarians and shit start to look straight up crazy. They start to look crazy at a certain point. Not in a good way, like, not the crazy, like, the hot chick that has the bony, angular face and has dark circles in her eyes type of crazy. Not that sexy crazy, like, not that look. Like, I'm talking like the emaciated, looking like you done came out of a Jewish concentration camp, looking sunken eyes, spine hanging out, your tooth loss, complete tooth loss, not the sexy tooth loss where some girls out there have very angular, thin faces, and they sometimes they may have a tooth or two missing, and it just kind of gives them a distinguished look, and they got dark circles and shit, and it just gives them that, like, natural sort of distinguished woman type of look. I ain't talking about that shit. I'm talking about you're like 2 steps from a literal zombie, right? Like, you look like a nude zombie. You look like a zombie out of a concentration camp, if that makes any sense. Like, you look like a zombie that has stumbled out of a concentration camp with your nipple hanging out because your clothes are hanging off your entire shoulder, about down to your ribs, in your pants. Like, you literally, I can see your teeth through your fucking face. Like, you look like you're on your deathbed and you're like 90 years old to 100 years old about to die. Now, when vegans and fruitarians and shit get to that point, right, they start going crazy, man, because literally it's like, you know, this may be just like bro science or something, but I think that at a certain point it goes in steps. It's like, you know, some of your fat is eaten away, it's obviously eaten away fast too. Then, you know, your muscle starts getting eaten away, and it's like, oh shit, your muscles go, oh shit, once your muscle starts to get eaten away, like, your spirit just starts to leave your body, man. Like, literally parts of you just internally just start falling apart. Then I feel like that shit starts eating your brain, man. Like, literally your brain starts being affected by the lack of nutrients, lack of food. I mean, maybe even lack of sleep sometimes. You'd think it'd be the reverse, like you'd want to sleep a lot, but I don't know, it could be a lack of sleep and I don't know, but all I know is this, is their brains start going at a certain point. I seen this one guy, he's singing or something, I think, and then he was talking about the animals don't want to be eaten, and they'd be like, don't kill me, don't eat me if they could talk, and his fucking tooth falls out of his mouth. And some of these people think, like, if you lose a tooth, that somehow that is some type of good, like, they're just delusional. Like, you grow the tooth back, your body's detoxing. No, if your teeth are falling out, it's because literally the tissues that are holding your teeth in your mouth are being eaten away, degrading, and literally you are not producing the things to even hold your teeth in your mouth, so they're falling out. It's like you are actually dying. That's what's actually happening. You're dying, but you're dying slowly at a natural, well, not natural, but in a way, a natural rate, because you are literally, what's the word? You are depriving your body of nutrients to such a degree that your body is breaking down faster than it should, because those things happen over time with age. But when you do that shit to your body, that's that vegan, fruitarian, craze, that wild shit, that's just, I don't even know, I don't really understand where it comes from, but however this thing started, once you get into that, your body literally starts destroying itself. And I'm sorry to laugh, because I have a very dark sense of humor, and I've seen many starved vegan compilations. Sometimes I used to watch them because they would just make me laugh. Like, even though they were hard to watch, there's something about it just is comical. I seen this one dude, I think he had like dreads or something. I don't know, it's something about like people. This is what I mean about the brain, right? And how things are connected. It's like, not only do they want to be crazy with their diets, but they also try to do like crazy spiritual or very weird cultural spiritual things. You know, it's like, so all of a sudden you want to be a Rasta or something because you're vegan or fruitarian now. It doesn't even make any fucking sense. It's like you just want to do all types of shit at that point, you know. And then like you got your dreads in. I mean, can you even maintain those dreads? Are you sure you're not going to get caught in a tree and your dread isn't going to hang you and you're not going to get choked by one of your own dreads? God damn it. Because you probably don't have the strength to break yourself loose at that point. Try ripping your own hair out when it's in a dread. It's actually very hard. Hair is stronger than you think. So you're probably going to pull a muscle or tear something trying to get yourself loose anyway. Because that's how that, you know, you're that weak at that point. This guy is trying to pick fruits or something. Maybe he didn't have dreads, but I'm just thinking a lot of these vegan people for whatever reason have dreads. I don't know. But this guy, like, he's trying to pick a fruit. He damn near falls on his ass because he's trying to pick. He doesn't even have the balance. Like, literally, his strength, you could just see in his face. You know, the sunken cheeks. He looks like a skeleton. He's literally like falls on his ass because he's trying to pick some green fruit off of a fuck. It's like you don't even have the structural stability to hold yourself to balance and pick a fruit without falling. What are you, a toddler? It's like, those should be the warning signs. Shit like that, man. Shit like that should be the clear warning signs that something you have done to your body is terribly wrong. But I don't know. Half of the time, I'm gonna be real, half of the time, the reason why these type of people do it is because it stems from a very false, very self-harming, abusive spiritual belief. And what's the word? Because some people don't think it's spiritual, but it actually is. It's a what's the word? It's it's hard to try to find the word to say this. It's like internalized. That's the word. It's like an internalized version of saying, like, I feel pity for these creatures. I feel pity because of the way this is. I can't bring myself to feel nasty, dirty, and evil by partaking of this. So I'm going to make excuses to make it seem like there's some light at the tunnel. I'm doing something healthy. I'm doing it at the end of the day, man, you're really not. You're just really abusing yourself, and you're destroying your body. Like, in some cases, you may even do irreparable damage to yourself. Honestly, some people, like I said, some people have stronger bodies. Some people can bounce back. It may even take them like a year or something, or years to bounce back, but they can't. Some of you people will develop issues that you will never be able to come back from. Just like, for instance, if you lose a tooth, you are not growing that tooth back. That's not how the body works at an adult level. That tooth is never coming back. Just saying, in case you didn't know. So, I'm just giving a fair warning to those of you out there, especially like this. You know who should hear this the most? Younger men, and especially because men seem not to be so into this a lot of times. Younger girls, heed this warning seriously. Do not get into this, because I'm telling you, you're gonna mess everything up. And not only are you gonna mess up, I'll be real, you're not even gonna mess up yourself on an actual internal level, but your looks will suffer. Like, you think that you want to have this feminine figure. You think that over the years, when you become a woman, you're gonna have these curves. You're gonna have these, your hips are gonna be structured a certain way. Your bones are gonna be built a certain way, because you feel like because you have time to grow, there's room for improvement. Like you can grow a certain type of way because there's time. Because when you're at a certain age, even if male or female, your bones develop as you're growing, and you don't look like what you're like. For instance, when you're 16 or 17, you do not look like what you're going to be when you're like 25, 30, and so forth. There's room for growth, right? When the younger you are, the more room there is for time for things to change and for growth, right? Don't fuck yourself up. I'm just telling you this right off the bat. Listen to me. Please listen to me. For your own sake, for your own self-esteem, I'm saving you from depression. I'm saving you from losing out on men that may have wanted you, but they don't because you look fucked up. Your children might have look fucked up and shit. I'm trying to help you out, man. I'm really trying to help you out. I'm being real. I'm telling you this shit that's real. It's hurtful and it's harsh, but it's real. Look. Eat your fucking eggs, eat your fucking meats, eat your animal fats, eat all that meaty animal product, bloody, fatty stuff, all of it. I'm talking eggs, I'm talking fish, I'm talking whole milk, whole eggs, butter, the whole fucking thing, man. There's a reason why us as humans have eaten this shit for very long, and we were strong, and there's a reason why very well put together, built and fit humans look a certain way that they do. I'm talking about subtle shit people don't notice, like hip to waist ratio in men. I'm talking shoulder width, girth, bust. I'm talking, fuck it, I'm just gonna go there. So I don't want to be dirty, but I'm gonna have to go there. Penis size, jawline. Okay, you know how the way, the muscularity, the structure, symmetry of your face, the masculinity, the structure of your jaw and your muscles and shit like that. All that shit that like people think so attractive, which it is. But the thing is, all that shit that men and women look at themselves and want to have. Look, I'm telling you, if you want you to have a strong body like that, and a body that is aesthetically well built and put together like that. If you want to be like born with those traits or pass those traits on or whatever, those classically masculine and feminine traits, I'm telling you, someone could say you're lying out your ass. Nah, I am not lying on my ass. on everything that I love. I'm going to tell you the truth. Those traits and features, if you deprive yourself of meat, certain proteins, fats, things that come from animals, it is proven, literally, you can do the research yourself, it is proven that it is likely that your children and yourself as a developing human being, if you're still developing or whatever, I'm telling you that when you take that vegan route and you deprive yourself, there are clear deformities that may manifest themselves in you or your children if you're developing or if you're having children. I'm telling you, like weak chin, no jaw, teeth out of place, women with masculine traits, you know what I mean, like not as feminine hips, things like that, like storing not storing fat at all, or fat stored wrong. I'm telling you, weak musculature, literally women with weak muscles in the vagina, all type of I'm telling you, all type of crazy shit that literally, like, I'm just gonna be real, shit that is sexual or attractive, that you're supposed to, like, a person's supposed to naturally, like, have, and it's supposed to be, like, strong, you know what I mean, it's, like, strong in you. Nah, that shit, it turns out weak, because essentially what you're doing is you're creating, grounds for, like, deformity, retardation, lack, like, weakness. Like, I'm telling you, you're fucking yourself up, man, when you fuck around with these, like, vegan, fruitarian, man, cut the bullshit, man. I'm telling you, look, I don't have no more to say. The rant's gone on too long, but with all that I said, listen to, you know what the fuck I'm saying, but listen to it, okay? This is a serious DINNERPHILE rant, man. This is funny, but it's true. This is reality. You heard it out of my mouth. I'm not gonna lie to you. You heard it, okay? There you go. Steve's Art and Fun channel. Have a nice day.